Test, test. I'd like to call this August 12th, 2025 meeting of the Board of Trustees to order. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. Please rise for a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Here.
Ms. Chick is here. Mr. Donner?
Here.
Ms. Otto is late, and Ms. Manley is absent with notice. We have a quorum. And Moko's absent.
Yep. Thank you. Make a motion to approve the minutes from July 8th regular meeting and dispense with reading. Second. Support by only. Any questions, comments, corrections on those? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Make a motion to approve the minutes from July 21st special meeting and dispense with reading. Support by Donner. Any questions, comments, corrections? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Consent agenda, I make a motion to approve as presented. Support by only. Any questions, comments on those issues, reports? Ms. Chick.
I know there was going to be a question regarding the township manager's report. Can we just do that later in the meeting?
Well, I can't really change the agenda.
Okay, all right. And then Mr. Douglas. So in your manager's report, there was a comment about the community park and regarding the capital improvement projects. Question has come up because we have a deadline on the funds that have to be used. We have those funds available actually now, and they're just kind of sitting there. We've been waiting for OHM to get us some information back, and we have not gotten that. So our concern is that we have to use those funds before the 27th, or we can't use them anymore, is my understanding. I've asked to see the agreement. I don't have have to have a discussion somewhere down the road about the timeline, because it's very important. Once they start construction, we can use it, but I don't know if it has to be completed by 27. So, okay?
Okay, yep, acknowledged, and we'll make sure we take care of that.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Did I have support on this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Make a motion to adopt the balance of the agenda.
Support.
Supported by only. Any questions, comments? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Petitions and communications. This is a time when we take citizen comments. Anyone wishing to address the Board of Trustees may do so. Can step up to the center podium and state your name, and you have a time limit of 3 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Tom Moyer, and I oversee the business operations for the Dominican Sisters of Mary, Mother of the Eucharist, and the Spiritus Academy, Sanctus Academy School located at 4101 East Joy Road in Northfield Township, which is north of and directly across the street from the Vela Pit gravel mine. In that capacity, I assist in helping protect the health, well-being, and safety of the sisters, the 150 to 200 students at our schools, coming from 75 different families, and the staff that work there. Over the years, we've made substantial financial investment in our Spiritus Sanctus Academy School. We've expanded the school and renovated and built another separate building on a contiguous property. I share this all with you to underscore that our school has an enormous financial and mission-driven stake in the adverse consequences related to the Vela Pit. The sisters have always been careful stewards of the SSA property, with many using the roads to get to their teaching assignments at our SSA school. We are extremely frustrated and disheartened after 2 years of dealing with the mine that it's continued to operate, given its recent history. But I'm not going to address that, given time constraints. and the fact it's already a matter of public record. There's plenty of material out there. Most relevant to Northfield Township are 4 facts. 1, truck traffic, which is constant, sometimes outside of permissible hours and along non-approved routes that endangers the sisters, the safety of our school children and their families. Parents and children are forced to deal with damaged road surfaces, including large potholes, truck traffic, and queuing, which turns Earhart Road, which many use to access the school, into dangerous one-lane roads. In some, families are exposed to increased risk during commuting, drop-off, and pickup at the beginning and end of the school day, the latter 2 of which occurs on Northfield Township land that we own. We're concerned that planned road repairs on Nixon, Warren, and Earhart roads are going to exacerbate the situation further as trucks may be diverted through Northfield Township. We're likewise concerned that we have seen an increasingly poor air quality that exposes our teachers, our lay staff, and most importantly, our school children to excess levels of dangerous dust, truck fuel fumes, and potentially dangerous airborne particulates. 3, excessive noise levels, well in excess of acceptable decibel levels, disrupt the children in the classroom, and along with the airborne issues, adversely impacts the quality of recreational time and outdoor activities that are so vital to full human development. Finally, just in the last weeks, we've noticed that floor tiles in our school hallways are coming loose and the concrete underneath the floor is wet.
Almost out of time.
I'm sorry?
Almost out.
Okay, that leads us to a grave concern that water pumped from the mine into the aquifer wetlands and areas are causing hydrological pressure and water levels to rise at our. So with that in mind, we've come here tonight for Northfield Township to ask you to both assume the lead in determining the source of potential water issues that are affecting our property and assist us related to requiring the mine to cure outstanding violations, which include air, noise, and traffic issues that don't respect geographical boundaries.
Sir, I have to stop you at that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to address the board?
My name is Amy Olszewski, 2816 Warren Road. I'm an Ann Arbor Township resident. I was chosen by our citizen group to speak today about Joy Road, which is in Northfield Township. As was mentioned by Mr. Moore, we have problems on Joy Road, and I'm here to talk about the trucks using Joy Road as their haul route. This has really come to a head in the last 2 months. I did follow a couple of the trucks, and they are illegally using northbound Earhart to get onto Joy Road, using Joy Road to get to Pontiac Trail so they can access a North Ann Arbor, City of Ann Arbor construction site. They are not allowed to use Joy Road as a haul route, and this has to stop. As was mentioned, Joy Road is one of the dirt roads in Northfield Township where your residents walk their dogs, where bike groups and running groups, specifically the Father Gabriel Richard cross-country track team, which is located 1 mile south of Joy Road. They run up Earhart and run on Joy Road. So these young men and women are exposed to these double trailer fully loaded haul trucks that take 50% more time to stop than a passenger car. They're not aware that they're dealing with this kind of truck as they use Joy Road to do their practice. And was mentioned, we have an elementary school right at the corner of Earhart and Joy Road. Again, all it would take is a child to dart into the road, God forbid. The trucks would not stop. And so if you could please reach out to the Washtenaw County Road Commission. You need to talk to Gary Strait, S-T-R-E-I-G-H-T. Gary Strait is the haul master for Washtenaw County. He's very responsive, and he will help you shut down all hauling that is currently taking place on Joy Road. I just want to mention, you know, you bought your property in Northfield Township, I bought it in Ann Arbor Township. It's because we didn't want to live in downtown Ann Arbor. We didn't want to live in downtown Brighton, right? We wanted our little piece of land. We wanted our garden. We wanted to enjoy the wildlife. Right now, the wildlife is enjoying my garden, but we're not going to talk about that. You know, we wanted our little slice of heaven right here on earth. And the idea that, greed, disrespect to the environment, disrespect to the community is going on right in our backyards, ruining people's quality of life, ruining their property. It's just unacceptable. It is a tragedy. And anything you can do to help is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Michael Watts. I own the property at 4700 Granger Oaks Lane, and I actually do have the curse of currently living in downtown Ann Arbor. Hopefully not for too much longer, but notwithstanding, we bought the land at 4700 Granger Oaks, which is where Tom Monahan was building his first house, never completed, back in 2001. And with it came quite a few things, 4 of them being test wells from a planned project back in 2001 when Ave Maria was considering making making a golf course on the land. Coinciding with that was a 2001 72-hour pump test, which included wells in a mile ring around our property as well as into Northfield Township and subsequently around the elementary school. The Developit, in part of trying to remedy their pre-existing violations, Part 301 and 303, had to submit an application to EGLE with a hydrological model. The model was over 500 pages long, and the community found that not only did it have a 22% error rate, it also misrepresented and mischaracterized the hydrology of the area quite drastically. Thankfully, EGLE responded to community input and data and is taking the 2001 pump test that was done in our land, which shows the model that was put forth in the application undershoots the numbers by an order of magnitude. And also, they're taking a set of 45 measurements that were conducted on our property over the course of 2 years, measuring the recovery. Based on the model that was submitted, our water levels currently exist in the year 2046. Obviously, it is not that year. The model was a bit off, and EGLE is actually making them redo the model because it was so bad. I'm bringing this up because one of our wells, which is equidistance from the mine pit to the school, is overshot by 2.2 feet, which means not only has it recovered to where it was supposed to be, which is great and not great, which I'll explain in a second, but it's 2.5 feet over where it should be. We were supposed to get our water back last. We got it back first. And in the course of dewatering 1.1 billion gallons over the course of just over a year, Developit created a giant depression, which then rapidly filled with water, and now has a giant lake sitting on top of it, exerting up pressure. That is why our well is 2.5 feet over where it should be. And one could reason that other areas and water tables in the vicinity are also at an elevated level. So I wanted to make sure that you had not only the 2001 pump test and associated data, as well as our well record data to go with it. And I'm happy to send digital copies.
Thank you. Thanks. Anyone else? No one? Okay, seeing none, we'll go to board member comments, clarifications, any?
I just have one question on Joy Road. Are you sure it's nothing to do with the bridge that's being out on Joy Road from the heavy traffic? Or, I didn't know where you specifically lived on Joy Road, so I didn't know if it had to do with the bridge being out.
Thank you for clarifying that. So, the bridge on Joy Road.
Please come up to the mic.
The bridge on Joy Road is on the other side of Pontiac Trail.
Okay.
So we're talking about, I'm a little bit confused with east-west, north-south. Okay, so we're talking about what's known as, I guess, East Joy
East side,
Road?
yeah.
Right, we don't have the bridge.
Okay.
So it's that portion of Joy Road that runs from Pontiac Trail towards Dixboro.
Okay, I know where it's
Yeah,
at. okay.
Exactly. And then approximately a mile in is Earhart, right? About a mile? And that's exactly where the elementary school is, and that's exactly where the trucks are turning left onto Joy to get to Pontiac Trail. I'm glad I could clarify. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Chick?
So I'm assuming that you're looking for something from the township in regards to your issues, because it does affect Northfield Township residents. So my thinking is, and the board can discuss it, that before we do anything, we would have to speak to our attorneys and see exactly what we can and cannot do. And I don't know if we have an obligation to, but we need to find that out first before we can do anything. So, all right, thank you.
And Gary Strait did say he would love to hear from you, because
Okay.
things he can't tell me.
Okay, thank you.
I just wanted to thank you guys for bringing this to our attention. I am completely clueless to this whole entire issue until I got your email the other day. So I appreciate it, and as Janet said, we will see what we can do to bring you some relief if possible.
We were here, I was here 2023, so, oh, I'm sorry. I was here in 2023, and you were very helpful. And Northfield Township did write a letter of support. We're sort of at an impasse with Ann Arbor Township, and what we need is sort of move this along. And again, from my standpoint, the more recent concerns is we have water under our building where we have 200 children, and that's a big issue.
Just to add, I did forward your email to our attorney and
Okay.
asked if she could look into what's going on with Ann Arbor Township.
That'd be great.
Just so you know, I remember you coming here and everything, but
Right.
I thought that Ann Arbor Township was taking care of it. We haven't heard too much about
Well,
it.
can I maybe just, so what happened was in the community managed, Ann Arbor Township filed a lawsuit against the
Yep.
mine because they were dewatering. And in the fall of 2023, a legal injunction was issued saying that the mine could no longer dewater. Okay, and so throughout the course of 2024, though, Ann Arbor Township decided rather than require the mine to apply for a new conditional use permit, which would have had to occur, the conditional use permit, by the way, expired, what, July 21st? July 20th of this year, that they wanted to build this into the settlement negotiations. And our position all along has been, no, you're disenfranchising the property owners because they don't have a say, because in a settlement agreement, we're always being told by the township that they can't disclose anything to us. And in fact, what we've been providing them is very valuable data that they're ignoring. And so what we're really trying to do is get the township off the down, because what they're doing is they're issuing stay after stay to allow the mine to continue to operate without impunity. So.
So, yeah, just one last comment. For the listeners at home and the people in the audience and the board members, if you just Google Velop Pit, there's a ton of information.
There
out
is. There's a lot on the public record. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other comments? Seeing none, we'll move on. Correspondence, there is none. Thank you. Acknowledge retirement of Reserve Officer Shane Haynes. With that, we'll go to Chief Smith.
Just to give the board and the community a little background on Shane, he's a lifelong resident here. He has been a reserve officer with Northfield Township for 31 years. Shane also has a full-time job with the VA hospital, where he was recently promoted to lieutenant, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with him stepping down now. Shane has been an outstanding employee. He's dedicated. As you know, reserve officers are volunteers, so every time you see him working, it's a volunteer basis. So I just want to commend Shane for a great 31 years of service. Thank you. Thank you, Shane.
Okay, thank you very much. First item, old business, consider OHM proposal for paving community center north parking lot and repair of pavement in south parking lot. And I see we have Mr. Downey from OHM present, if you'd like to step up and discuss your proposal.
Good evening, guys. So as you guys are aware, the community center has two parking lots right now, north and south. It's our understanding that there's been budgeting put in place to reconstruct the northern lot for hopefully this fall. A little bit of background on that lot. So that lot right now is a gravel lot kind of held together with a geogrid style material that my understanding was put in place somewhere between 7 and 10 years ago. While it's holding in place, the gravel just finds its way off the lot, you know, whether that's from snow plows in the wintertime or heavy rain events, it kind of washes away. And it just becomes a maintenance nightmare. Also, too, with the, you know, some senior citizens using this facility, it's not ideal for ADA standards as you don't have consistent, smooth pavement, you know, to walk on, to be able to maneuver a wheelchair safely. So this proposal states our thoughts on how to go about approaching this, which is putting together a pretty simple engineering plan. We've worked with a boatload of contractors in the area who can perform this work that, you know, is very satisfactory to us. We would reach out to them with the plan, super simple plan, kind of a sketch deal, be able to coordinate with them through the township, a simple contract, and then, you know, be able to oversee their construction operations. This is, like I said, all for the north lot. We evaluated the south lot too. There's information in there at the supervisor's request too. The south lot is, I mean, we don't have an issue, or no issues in the evaluation of that in terms of being able to replace it in a manner that would make the lot function better than it does from a drainage standpoint, because there's erosion off the back end, or west side, I should say. So the thought there would be, you know, there's some asphalt replacement needed, be able to curb the back and provide some stormwater management, small practice functions in the grass area off to the west side. We know that that's kind of you know, it's a desire at some point in time, but it's not necessarily, you know, planned to happen yet. We do think that if you were to have funds available, combining these two projects, you could end up with more favorable pricing. So I know the estimate for the north lot reconstruction was around $50,000. The south lot's pretty similar to that as well. I would estimate that if you're able to combine them, you're probably looking at somewhere around like a 10% cost savings, if that's possible for you guys, of course. But for us to be able to, you know, combine all of those documents into one, it's really not any more effort than it is just for the northern lot, which we've evaluated to a degree so far and could then take a step further and put together a package that we could distribute to contractors who would be more than capable of, you know, taking out the geogrid material. We would still be able to use the stone that's there right now as a base. There's no issues with that. We would maybe bring in a little bit more stone as we see necessary and then pave over top of it. But the stone that's there is good. The curb that's there is fine. It's really just getting that geogrid material out of the pavement or out of the lot and then creating a paved surface, which we would see holding up much longer than you know, what we see out there right now. So that, if there's any questions.
Thank you. Ms. Chick?
I do. The purpose of the gravel parking lot, basically that's what it is with the grid, was because it absorbed rainwater. We looked at this area twice before for the 12 years I've been on here, and in both instances we were advised that it would need a rain garden. If you're putting an impervious surface on there, that water's got to run off somewhere. I don't see anything about that in here, and I'm concerned that we haven't considered it.
So with a lot this size, yes, you're correct in that there is going to be more runoff because right now there is no runoff. A lot this size, I don't think is going to generate enough runoff to cause concern. Right now, there's a slight slope towards the, I'm going to say rear of the parking lot, which is the west side. If you were to build this lot and have it sheet flow to that rear end, I don't think there's any need for a rain garden. And even, I mean, you could get creative too. The north side of it right now, that's not curbed either. That's all grass right now. If you had it going both ways, I don't think there's any issues with runoff in this lot. If you were talking a lot that was 10 times the size of it, absolutely. But for a simple lot like this, just having runoff sheet flow off the lot, I don't think you're gonna have any cause for concern.
Okay, that's an opinion, but we don't really know for sure, right? So how would we actually find out if that would be required? Because that water's going to run off into the easement to the railroad.
Yeah, so there's numbers that we can run on just calculating the amount of runoff. But another thing too that causes a lot of issues with that is sometimes the speed at which runoff is exiting a surface. So that's part of the reason why you see in the southern lot right now, there's so much erosion happening on the west end of that lot is because it's sloped way steeper than the northern lot. When you have runoff coming off a pavement and then meeting a natural surface, it's going to create, it's more impact. It's going to create more of a problem, for lack of better words. If you have it gradually run off and there's plenty of developed woodland there, grass area, you know, like I said, opinion as you see it right now, don't think that's an issue. Like I said, we can run calculations that can back that up, but for a lot this size, in our experience working with similar lots all across the area, it's not something that we see needing like a rain garden, as you mentioned. So, and then a further thought, or another statement just on rain gardens in general. While they do serve a purpose, they're eco-friendly, it is added maintenance that you know, the township-owned lot, they only function when they're maintained, and you have to maintain those every 6 months. So that's just, it's another reason why we use them carefully, because we want to make sure that you guys are getting a product that you can maintain and is going to serve the purpose that you want it to.
Mr. Only?
So when the north lot was originally done, I was sitting on that side as just a member of the public. And as a member of the public, I thought it was ridiculous that we were getting a gravel lot. The reason we got a gravel lot is because our engineer told us that we had to have drainage. Was OHM our engineer at the time? So I am really frustrated now. No one wanted a gravel lot, whether it was 16 or 17. It was the most ridiculous idea. And pretty much the board was told, that's your only option unless you want to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars of putting in drainage. Correct. And now we're back here and you're like, it's not a problem. Not you specifically, but the company. So it's just really frustrating that this could have been an asphalt lot with a little bit of drainage 10 years ago. And now we're tearing the whole thing out. It hasn't been plowed because it's a gravel lot for the last 10 years. We could have been fully using it for 10 years, but as a member of the public and as the board was told that we would have to, just like I'm on the ZBA, there's someone that came in front of the ZBA that wanted to add a couple additional units and they needed a variance to put gravel in. Do we need a variance to put that gravel? Like we put that gravel in because of a drainage issue. And if we're gonna be putting in an asphalt lot here now, and we're not going to be held to the same standard as the other people in the community. I don't want to spend the money on the drainage, but it's really frustrating for me as a member of the community and as a board member.
Yeah, so my understanding, based on communication I've had with people from OHM who were involved with this back when it was constructed, was that OHM was approached about constructing this lot because there was no lot. OHM's advice to the township was pave this lot, do not put gravel because of the people using it. It's not a good idea for ADA purposes, longevity, it's not gonna hold up. The township, what I understand again, was not in a situation where they wanted to put the money forth to pave the lot, and another engineering decision, or another engineering opinion from a company that wasn't us, came in and said, this could be done, and it was done.
So that's not correct.
I-
So the meeting that I attended was, in order for you to pave this, you have to have the drainage installed. And nobody on the board at that time wanted to do a gravel lot, but that was the only option that was presented to them without spending an exorbitant amount of money on drainage. So that's how it was. I've been trying to find the minutes for that meeting and the video for that meeting with no success yet, but when I do, or if someone else does ahead of me, I will provide it. Not that it matters today, because right now, that parking lot's pretty much worthless, and we need to make it asphalt, but it's really frustrating that it was done in this way.
Ms. Otto?
Well, I'm not even going to speak to that. What I'm going to speak to is, I'm really upset with OHM at this time, because back in March, April, and May, we had several meetings about the park. And to this date, we have nothing on the park. We don't have the split that we requested. We don't have a plan that we requested, and we have been told several times when we're going to receive them. And as of this date, now I find out that we're going to get it in early December, when we were just told, what, 3 weeks ago? At the end of August.
The park split was supposed to be done by July, actually.
July.
And it's not.
So my thing is why are we going with the middleman? Before, we used to use our township manager to get this information, to go out to bid and everything. Now we're going to our engineering and having them go out to bid. I don't want to pay I don't care if it's $200 that you're asking for. I don't want to pay you another dime until you get the park done. You haven't done what that we already asked you to do, and you're being paid for it. And I know this isn't on you personally. If Marcus was here, I would say the same thing to him. And I wish he was.
I asked.
Because this is very irresponsible, and this is not the type of business that we want. So if you want more business, do your jobs. And I'm going to vote no,
Thank you. Ms. Chick?
just for that.
Ms. Chick?
Yeah, I did ask if Marcus could come, and apparently I knew you were coming, but I wanted Marcus here to answer those questions as well. But my concern is as well, you've gotten 2 projects that should have been done, at least the first one by now, and it's not. And we're waiting on the second one because you need to finish the first one. And we have a timeline now for the money to get that shoreline development done, and we're running out of time very quickly. I think we're going to have to work backwards from how long it's going to take the construction done to reset the timelines to get it done before we lose that money. It's just sitting there, $2 million. So anyway, my other question about the parking lot doesn't actually concern you, but I am worried that you say what you can get this done in the fall of 2025, and I don't have confidence that it would be.
Thank you. And just, I mean, for Mr. Downey here, he's not here representing OHM for the park or the other items, so, but
he has an
the
OHM shirt on, so.
frustration's understood, I'm sure, in his part, but, so, I guess what would the board like to do to move forward to address the north parking lot of the community center? I feel it should be, something should be addressed prior, and this is the prime time to do it, prior to the winter time, where it wouldn't be such a liability and a safety issue going into the winter. So I'm open for suggestion if the board would not like to go with the recommendation of OHM. Ms. Chick?
I just would like to see a firm up or down, yes or no, not an opinion, but calculations to indicate that we do not need a rain garden, so that falls on you if there's an issue. Okay.
Mr. Donner, any?
I'd just like to see our new manager get the bids for us.
Yep.
Maybe have something completed by the next meeting. Shouldn't take too long to get 3 companies out there to look at it and get bids back by the end of the month.
It might take a little longer. 30 days.
Mr. Only?
With this getting done, with ideally this getting done in the fall of 2025, I mean, I know the south lot is the most used lot. Is the south lot usable for the 25, 26 winter season? I mean, are we really like, it's crumbling, it's not gonna make it? Tammy, you're there every day. I'm there 2 or 3 times a year, so I really don't know. Is this something like, hey, this has to get done? It's a hazard to the people coming in, or is it something that that doesn't have to get done in the fall of 25? All right.
Mr. Downey can probably
Yeah.
add to that.
Yeah, so definitely see how it could be a worry. The pavement is deteriorated, for sure. I would say that the surface of the north lot is just as hard, if not harder, to walk on. But, yeah, exactly. Now, the south lot, like I said, with the pavement deteriorating right now, I mean, it could be, you know, you get a really harsh winter, it gets asphalt starts popping out even more, you get larger potholes, it can go south quick. But the pavement definitely, like you can see the significant amounts of cracking, like it's failed pavement. It's just, it's holding on by a string right now, so.
Ms. Chick?
I have a question about funding. I don't know if Tammy can help us with that or not. Sorry. So we have, and you have budgeted for one of the lots, correct?
Yeah, I believe you have money in the budget this year, and am I correct in that? That it was for the
In the
north lot?
Capital Improvement Plan, there
Under
is a
capital.
$50,000 amount for this budget.
Okay, so, I'm sorry.
Oh, and then, if I'm understanding correctly, then in the capital in 2027 is for the south lot, correct? But that money's there. Yeah, that was my understanding from Carleen.
Okay, so the additional, to do both lots, the additional funding would come from where? I know that you were looking for a sign, a digital sign. Is
Yes.
that the money you'd use for the parking lot, or is that additional money you have?
That was additional money from 2025 that has obviously had to carry over from capital again, since we had to table it because of the electrical issues.
So currently, you would have $80,000 to spend on both lots.
Yeah, you could look at it that way. And if I have to wait on the sign, you know, I'm willing to do that because this is more of a safety issue.
Sure.
I did kind of inquire because we have that $200,000 allotment coming. Things that are currently budgeted for and projects that are already on the books will not be covered by that. I found that out recently. I'm trying to get more information. So we could not do the parking lots or the sign out of that.
So do you know exactly what you can use it for?
It has to be anything that will benefit, I shouldn't say anything because there are restrictions, but it must benefit our citizens who are 60 years or older. And it can be used for staffing. There's a pretty broad range, but I recently found out that anything that's already kind of on the books and budgeted for, it will not cover.
Okay.
And if we do it for that, they will take the grant away from us.
Okay.
Permanently.
Sure, no problem.
We don't want that.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
So Tammy, like even the back door for the downstairs, we couldn't have that?
We haven't budgeted for that.
We haven't?
Correct? No.
Oh.
No. No, I put that out in a grant request that we did 2 years ago, but there is no budget for that. One of the things I would like to see happen out of at least that first year's allotment would be ADA accessible doorways throughout the building, because I have the 2 entrance doors, the emergency exit, and then 2 very heavy oak bathroom doors that are requiring me, every time I have one of our senior ladies going into the women's room, I have to go and open and close the door for them so that they do not get squished, basically, in the door. So that's one priority I do see with that allotment. But that's
aside from the parking lot issue.
On the allotment, I'll have that conversation with the township lawyer tomorrow to ensure we understand the left and right limits. And then I suspect end of September or the first meeting in October, bringing options to the board on what those monies would be spent on based on that senior millage from the county.
Yeah,
Or-
I'm getting more info as we speak, so, yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
So going off what you were saying, the sign's not going to happen this year, so that capital improvements money for the signage going into the parking lot could kind of cover some of that. And then when the second portion of the parking lot capital improvement funds was supposed to be in the budget, that could make up for the sign. Is that what? All right.
So do I hear a motion regarding the parking lot situation here today? I'm not sure that I have support for the proposal by OHM, but I'll make it.
Go ahead,
Go ahead,
I'll make a
Mr. Only.
motion.
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to have our township manager put out for bids to have the north and south parking lot paved for the community center in the fall of 2025.
I'll support.
Motion by Only, supported by Donner. Any questions, comments on that motion? None? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Downey. Okay. New business. Item 1, consider farmland open space preservation application for 5 acres of 80-acre parcel at 7084 Spencer Road. Mr. Donner?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the farmland and open space preservation program application for 7084 Spencer Road, directing the township clerk to complete the clerk section, forward it to the appropriate agencies as required.
Support.
A motion by Donner, supported by Chick. Any questions, comments on that motion? Mr. Only.
Is there a dollar amount that they are going to be getting from the township millage that was passed? Do we have an exact amount or an estimate?
Nope, this was not forwarded to the LPC yet.
So you're asking for it to be forwarded to the, okay, so I misunderstood that. I thought the LPC already handled their part, and now they're asking for the funds.
Nope, this one has never been to the LPC.
All right.
This is just to submit for the application
Yep.
to move forward.
Yeah, their first portion of the property was green belted, their 75 acres, and now they're asking to put the remaining 5.
Then I'm good.
So for the state to entertain the application, it had to go through the board to get signed by the township clerk so that it could be considered for the application, right? So we have a motion. Is there any other comments, questions? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, items number 2, and I'm going to address 2 and 3 together, and I would like to preface getting to these items with this. After last week's special meeting regarding the unfunded balance of the MERS pension, I requested further cost estimates, with which both Chief Smith and Manager McDonald have requested from Jamie LaFavor at MERS. I felt this information, along with the recommendation from Woodhill on a township contribution, should be reviewed by the board prior to considering the tentative agreements we have before us tonight. Unfortunately, the information provided at the special meeting did not include cost estimates, and Woodhill has yet to review and respond about the proposed contributions by the township toward the pension fund balance that the board discussed at that special meeting. Because of this, I would like to make a motion to table new business items 2 and 3 until further information is provided from Woodhill regarding the township contribution and the requested estimates of the costs as a flat dollar amount are received from MERS.
I'll support.
Supported by Otto. Are there any questions, comments on the motion? Mr. Only.
So the only issue with either of these contracts tonight is that we don't have a number, a dollar amount associated with this like 8% cap, 10% cap. I just want to make sure there's nothing else in here that we have issue with. And if we're just waiting on those percentages to be actual numbers.
Go ahead, Ms. Otto.
Personally, I have more issues with it, but I have some issues with it because of some of the changes that are in here. Some changes that they made are,
They impact our budget.
they impact our budget, and some of it impacts their budget, and some of it impacts state regulations. So, I do have some concerns on what they put in here, but we can address those as we bring it up in the next meeting.
I guess my support for the tabling of this is solely on the basis of getting actual numbers associated with those percentages.
I mean, that's key for me.
That is my
I can't make a
only
decision.
issue. I've looked over it. We've had it for months. I haven't, if I had issues or questions, I would have already reached out. So my support for the tabling is just on a financial basis of those numbers being associated with the percentages.
Chief Smith, you had your hand?
My only concern is that if there's issues with the contract language, then please reach out to me so I can get it clarified, because I can't if we wait till you review it and discuss it, then I have to go back to the union to try to negotiate whatever those questions are. If I know what those questions are, I may be able to answer them before the next meeting.
I can do that.
So that's one thing, and this is my comment. I did have other questions, and I did get with Chief Smith, and I did meet with him a few times. And, but I don't want to just say, as Mr. Only did, it's based only on this merger. If another
I just want to clarify
trustee.
my support for it.
Yeah, I understand. That's your, your stance on it. I understand. But if there are things, it's really, if there are items regarding other parts of the proposed tentative agreements, it really shouldn't be negotiated at an open meeting. So I would hope that if you have other concerns, to get with Chief Smith, and if those can't be answered, then please get with us, because items such as those can be addressed at a closed meeting, and really, that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be negotiated at an open meeting.
That's fine.
Okay. So, you agree with that, Chief?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Anyone else? Sir, I think I already had support.
Oh, okay,
So we'll do a roll call on this one.
okay. Oh, okay, you want me to do it? All right, Only,
Yes.
Roman,
Yes.
Chick, yes, Donner,
Yes.
Otto,
Yes.
yep, Manley is absent, and Moko's absent. It
Thank you.
passes 5-0.
Thank you. And my hope is that we can address it as soon as possible. So appreciate that. Item 4 then, consider Michigan Pat's contract with Northfield Township Police Department. Chief Smith?
This is basically a renewal of a contract we've had with them in the past. It's an agreement that will provide security for the party, similar to what we do with the German Park picnics. And the pay scale, if I believe, is the same as the German Park picnics. It hasn't changed.
Okay, one second. Do you need a motion?
I'm sorry?
Do you need a motion, or you
Sure,
need to- Okay.
if you could.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Michigan Pats 2 Incorporated Law Enforcement Service Contract entered on July 16, 2025.
I'll support.
Supported by Otto, motion by Chick. Any questions, comments on that? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Ayes have it. The next item is the request of Salem Township regarding police services. I'm out of order here.
Me too.
Nope, that was.
You're right.
Am I correct?
Salem Police Department?
Yes.
Okay.
So just as Mr. McDonald's memo here states, I was approached by the Salem Township supervisor in June, and he had interest in police service other than what they currently have. And I relayed the information to Chief Smith and requested a cost analysis be done, which it's provided there by the chief and Lieutenant Powell. And so the following meeting was in July with the supervisor from Salem Township at our office, and included myself and Mr. McDonald. And the terms that we provided that you're saying seemed amenable to him. He seemed to agree with those. More steps would have to happen before this would come to fruition, but if Chief Smith would like to have more comment or to answer questions that other trustees might have, I'll turn it over to Chief Smith.
Obviously, if we enter an agreement with them, it's going to have to be done with Mariah, so those questions that I have or concerns I have will be addressed with Mariah when she does the contract for Salem. And it's basically contract language with our contract and how it would be affiliated with Salem Township, overtime and things like that. But from my standpoint, the Salem Township supervisor wants us to help them. They want a contract with us.
Are there any questions for Chief? Ms. Chick?
Just, does it put any strain on our services?
No, because if we enter this contract with them, we'll hire 2 officers that will be assigned to Salem Township. What they want is a 12-hour coverage Monday through Sunday, which the price that I was giving you guys is that quote for the 2 officers for the year, and that includes outfitting the officers, purchasing a vehicle that would be dedicated to Salem Township. I want the board to understand something, though. We cannot have a marked unit that says Salem Township on it because they don't have a Salem Township Police Department. So our unit would say Northfield, it would just be assigned to Salem, similar to what the county does now. So the county, when they contract with the Dexter, Webster, Salem, they have a county car that's assigned to that district, and it wouldn't be any different for us. It would be the same way. It would be a Northfield Township vehicle that would be in Salem Township.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? So I'll make a motion to have the township attorney draft a formal contract to Salem Township for their review based on the provided cost projection provided by Northfield Township Police Department.
I'll support.
Supported by Mr. Only. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. Next item is resolution for road closure. Resolution 25-013, road closure for Whitmore Lake Public Schools Homecoming Parade. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 25-013, a resolution regarding a temporary road closure requested by Whitmore Lake High School, Student Council, to provide, is there a date on here? Oh, August 12th, 2025? Yeah.
No, I'm seeing September 26th.
What am I looking at? Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I take that back, September 26th, 2025.
I'll support.
Thank you.
Supported by Otto, motion by Chick. Any questions, comments on this one? Very simple. We do have to do a roll call vote on the resolution.
Okay. Only.
Yes.
Roman.
Yes?
Chick is yes. Donner?
Yes.
Otto? Yes. Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Next item is Consider request from firefighter Young to purchase excess bricks. Pretty self-explanatory. There's a bunch of leftover bricks in the dumpster enclosure in the rear yard. And I don't see that Chief Bishop and I looked around the building. Through my other looks at the building, I didn't see where we would be needing any extra bricks at this time, even after 24 years. So really would help clean up the area. So I make a motion to allow Joseph Young to purchase the excess bricks at the township office for 40 cents per brick.
I'll support.
Supported by Donner. Any questions, comments on that? Chief, Bishop, did you have anything more to add?
No, just so the board knows it, when we did the inspection or looked at it real quick, it looked like there were several different types of bricks. So we know which ones match the building. We know some don't match the building, and we're not sure where they came from. So they've just been sitting out there behind the dumpster. We got a bigger dumpster last year, so we kind of need the extra space in order to keep the lot clean. And this would help us out. He approached me, and I said, well, I can't give away township property, and the board is the only one who could do that, so that's why you're seeing it now.
So if there's more than Mr. Young wants, more there than he wants to utilize, I suggest we just get rid of them. So, I mean, I can alter the motion. I mean, at this point.
More than 500, then just take.
Well, I think he'll be,
whatever's there.
his share would probably be taking the ones that look like this building, I believe, because the oddball ones didn't look like they matched our brick.
I don't have the answer for that right now, but yeah, once he takes out what he needs, we can get an estimate of what's left, and then we can go from there, so.
I'm good with that. I don't think I have to change the motion. Everyone agree?
Agreed.
Thank you. So we have the motion. Any other questions, comments? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. And 2 items here. Item 8, self-explanatory. I make a motion to appoint manager R. Douglas McDonald as the township's FOIA coordinator. Supported by Only. Any questions, comments on that motion? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. And the last one, I make a motion to appoint manager R. Douglas McDonald as the authorized signer for the township.
Support.
Supported by Ms. Otto. Any questions, comments on that item?
Nope.
Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. I didn't miss an item, did I? No, okay.
No.
Thank you. Straggler. Okay, so getting to trustee liaison reports, supervisor's report, I will just give you the past months, what I've had. Of note since last meeting was the training session on July 21st by McKenna. It was well attended, and thank you all for that attended. On July 23rd, building official Kirk Malcolmson resigned. On July 28th, we welcome Manager McDonald. On the 31st, Manager McDonald, Chief Smith, Lieutenant Powell, and myself met with Salem Township Whitaker regarding the police proposal. August 5th, I toured the wastewater treatment plant along with Manager McDonald, and I encourage my fellow trustees to visit the plant with Mr. McDonald to get an idea. Yesterday, Mr. Vitrano, the manager, and Trustee Chick and myself interviewed a candidate for building official, and updates to the board will follow. And just briefly, the HVAC repairs are in progress, along with finalizing last year's HVAC contract. As part of the remaining repairs, thanks to Chief Bishop for his assistance in these matters also. Chief, did you have anything else about to comment on HVAC?
No, I think we have a final meeting hopefully next month with OHM and Havel, or Shambaugh.
Right.
And I go by 3 names. We have one other issue in the basement that we're addressing with, that happens to be the heat pump. Luckily, we don't need it right now because we have redundancy in the system, but there's a pump that just needs to be corrected. We already have the contractor notified. They're going to come out and make that correction. I'm trying to work it off of They did some work on that exact pump earlier this year or late last year and try and get it warranted from there. I did talk to the Havel Group, and they've got a couple things scheduled here. We're hoping the AC unit on the fire department side will be completely repaired this week. That part should come in. So with that, we're sorting through all the last minute stuff. And then obviously they have had a start date to the maintenance plan. And so now that we know what that start date is, we can get them on board and have some of these maintenance issues taken care of before they become bigger problems.
Right, thank you. So in the absence of Ms. Manley, there's no clerk's report. Planning Commission report, Ms. Chick.
Yep, I sent this to everybody, and I apologize for the fact that it doesn't get to you in time for the packet because the meetings are Wednesday night after the deadline. So the commission considered a request for a conditional use permit at 9411 Main Street for a single-family residential on the first floor of the building. The motion to recommend approval of the request to the Board of Trustees passed 7-0. Commission also considered a site plan request for the same location. A motion to approve the site plan was made and passed 7-0. The commission considered a request to set a public hearing for September 3rd for a proposed rezoning of 955 East North Territorial Road from RTM to LI for quality air systems. A motion to set a public hearing for quality air systems request for rezoning on September 3rd was made and passed. Commission also discussed an amendment to Section 36715 of the zoning ordinance regarding swimming pool fencing. The amended text would be to clarify requirements to eliminate questions on the standards that are currently being received by the township. Then that will also be heard on September 3rd, 2025. And then the commission received the zoning administrator's quarterly report, which probably will be in our next packet, I would assume. Okay, that's all I have.
Thank you. ZBA report, Mr. Only.
The ZBA has not met.
Parks and Recreation report, Ms. Otto.
Yep, I was not at the last Park and Recreation Board meeting, so I do not have a report at this time.
Land Preservation Committee report, Mr. Donner.
The LPC, our next board meeting, will have 2 more properties coming before the board for appraisals. And one of those properties just got back, and it has already received federal funding, which was a surprise to us with everything going on with the federal funding, so it was exciting news.
Very good, thank you. So announcements, Whitmore Lake Farmers Market every Sunday, June 1st, September 28th. There's a kids market on August 31st. Local Business Expo, September 21st, invites going out soon. Movies Under the Stars, August 15th, 22nd, September 5th. Petitions, communications. Anyone wishing to address the Board of Trustees tonight? No one? Thank you. Board member comments, clarifications. Mr. Only.
I have none.
Ms. Otto.
I do not have anything at this time, thank you.
Ms. Chick.
I have a couple of things. I want to welcome Mr. Douglas to his first official Board of Trustees meeting. Thank you.
Hope we didn't scare you off.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, he just went out the door. And I did promise a resident that I would bring this to the board's attention because I've been getting a handful of complaints, and I don't know if the township wants to do anything about it, but it's been a request. And recently, there apparently was some cars parked on township property that you can't do that. So I noticed that they put the ropes back up and the signs that said that you can't park there. But additionally, that's not the complaint. The original complaint came from someone else using the township property for something as, I don't want to say as small as, but a flower bed that's on township property that has there's no permission given. We don't know who's doing it. The complaint is that people pay to use.
Does it? Denise Kabish.
I'm sorry?
Denise, she used to be on the DDA.
Oh, okay, but, well, this,
Not a secret.
actually for Tammy, people pay to use the flower beds at the community garden, and someone else is putting a bed on township property without permission, and so the complaint is that they want, it's not fair. You either do it for everybody or don't do it for anybody, so we need,
She lives directly across the street and chooses to maintain a flower bed on township property. And when she was on it wasn't the DDA, it was the planning group, the downtown planning group. She just kind of made the statement, if you don't like it, take it down. I'm going to continue to make.
Thank you. I make a motion to adjourn. Supported by Otto. Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. Have a good evening.
oh, did you, good for you, yeah.
She knows.